In this video, we're breaking down all of the #1 best-selling products across all of the top niches on Etsy. If you're thinking about starting an online business, this video is for you. We're going to dive deep into why these products dominate in their categories, what makes them sell so well, and dive even deeper into how you can actually find similar products to sell and make similar products to sell to see the same revenue that they are also doing. So without further ado, let's hop into this video. Before you choose your product or your niche for your store, there's a couple of things that you need to consider. When you put your hand up to start a business, there is assumption of risk and assumption that because you're taking this risk of either time or money, you are going to reap a reward. And it's your job, if you want to be the business owner, to actually do that research up front so you can gauge the amount of risk or the amount of reward you are going to receive from starting your online business. And most people skip this step. Ultimately, watching videos like this one help you make that final decision so you have a proper expectation set when you start your business. And unfortunately, most people that skip this step actually end up having a mismatch of expectations versus the reality of what happens when they actually go to market, and then they end up quitting, which ultimately leads to failure. So there's two things that we want to consider when we're looking at potential products that we can sell. Number one is the product's potential amount of revenue that it can make. And so what we want to go do is validate that what this product that we're going to sell, or by doing research like this, right, that there's actually demand for what we want to sell. And that's exactly what we're going to showcase in this video, is how you can actually see revenue on listings on Etsy to gauge what is the amount of potential of revenue that I can actually make. So a lot of times people will just blindly sell products, not doing this research, and then when they realize 6 months later, oh, the product I chose actually can't even make me the revenue that I want, because there's just no demand that actually supports it. And so that's why it's important to strategically choose products that are proven to make sales. The second thing that we have to consider is your capacity and willingness to actually create the product. Different types of products require different logistics on the back end to actually get them to your customer. And it's important you know what you're in for before you decide on that product that you're going to sell, because different logistics pose different complexities or problems that may arise as you're starting the business. And we're going to show you in this video, as we go through each one, what are some of the logistics that I would foresee are required to bring products like these top ones to market. And this is especially important because this is kind of like that story about, you hear people that are really good at cooking, but just because you're really good at cooking, or maybe even you're a chef, doesn't mean that you are actually fit to run a business. Creating the product, but then building a logistic business around it are two different things, right? If you're someone that loves sewing sweaters, right? Hand knitting sweaters or scarves or something like that, right? Sewing one scarf a day for a friend is very different than sewing 10 scarves a day and then shipping it and dealing with customers on the back end. So just because you're good at something doesn't mean that you're actually fit to run the business, or you have the capacity or the willingness to run that business if you don't actually enjoy all of the business, not just the one-off products that you can make. And so it's really, really important to ask yourself the question, can I actually see myself doing this business? Not just the one-off product that you're going to make, but doing it over and over again. So with that said, let's hop into my computer screen now and start diving into some of these top products, the #1 products in these niches on Etsy. So we're going to use this spy tool here called Profitry to see the #1 products per every niche. So the first one here is this embroidered baby blanket at $200,000. And we're going to start with the ones making the least revenue to the top revenue, and then this entire video. So let's view this on Etsy to take a closer look at this product. And I just searched the broad category baby. So this being the #1 product in the baby category, you can see that it's doing an estimated $31,000 a month on just one listing, an Etsy pick badge, and a 20 add to carts badge. So what is so special about this listing? Are they actually sewing these blankets themselves? My guess is they're actually not. They're just buying these blankets wholesale, probably from Alibaba or something like that. And then they have an embroidery machine where you can then select the thread and make that customization request. And this is a really good product because it's evergreen. So babies are being born all year round, which is a really, really great gift that you can give to somebody. And and it's not just relying on the highs of the holiday season. So I'm going to go ahead and try to find this source of where we can find these baby blankets. So I want to create these baby blankets, find me the best supplier for these knit blankets that I can customize, sell on Etsy. So this is Axio. It's a free tool that partners with all of the production partners that you could possibly find in the world. So if you want to manufacture something with a production partner, which you're allowed to do on Etsy, this is where you're going to want to start. It's an AI model that connects you to not only the production partners, but it does the research for you. So I literally just insert the link, and I am going to start now to try to see if it can match me with the exact manufacturer that matches this listing or someone similar, and it's going to weigh out all the pros and the cons and even give us different options in terms of pricing to see who we can work with. So as you can see, it's giving us back some results of the supplier. So we click on this guy here, you can see that the MOQ is only 3 pieces, and they're really, really cute knit blankets, right? And you could then go ahead and even take this a step further and try to get Axio to connect you with a production or a manufacturer to an actual embroidery machine. What you're going to see reoccurring in this video is that most of these top sellers are doing this type of model where it's production assistant. So they're not actually sewing the blanket, they're just adding the personalization request on top of it. And with no surprise, that allows for people to be more creative and add more of their personal touch than just standard print-on-demand products. There's pros and cons to both, but with this, if you get the right production partner, especially if you're using, something like a production partner that you find through Axio or something like that, you can really, really build a stress-free business that is actually really scalable if you're doing actually the fulfillment yourself. The next product we're going to look at, I just typed in pet in the pet niche, is this one right here. So I clicked on this one, but it looked like it was discontinued or out of stock, so it's not up right now. But this is the next one in line at $200,000. So this is a custom metal sign for a dog. So it also has 20 other cards, a bestseller badge. You can see the listing is only 1 year old. In 1 year, estimating to over $200,000. So this is something as simple as going to Axio, trying to find a metal cutter, and then just buying sheets of metal and basically giving them options of color and the height option of what they want for their order, right? So you already have all the templates listed out, and with that metal cutter, you're essentially just going to preload all of the pre-made designs here, and then all they're doing is adding their name in the personalization request. The next product here is in the art space. So I just typed in the broad keyword art, and this one here is at $204,000 in revenue in less than 1 year. This is actually something that you could probably do on Printify. So this one you could actually do in a POD space. Printful, I believe, does have framed with walnut frames, like floating frames like this. And you can even see, if you read the description here, like it looks like it's actually painted, but when you read the description, it's actually not textured art. So it's printed on a premium canvas, stretched, but when you take a closer look, or if you look at some of the product reviews, it's not actually, it's just a print, so it's not actually like textured with paint on it. So don't let that shy you away from the product. So yeah, you can actually see it close up. This one's damaged, but it's just a print. So you can just create your whimsical wall art like this and either print it yourself or go ahead and try to source this with Printful or Printify. The next one is in the clothing space at $1 million in revenue in 3 years. So let's click on this one here, and it is this listing here with 20 add to carts, over $1 million in revenue in less than 3 years. So this is not print on demand. As you can see, it's embroidered directly onto the sweater, which is allowing them to stand out over standard print on demand because of that little detail there. That's what's helping them actually win in this competition. So they're actually holding this inventory. However, say you wanted to do a print on demand version of this, you could. You're probably just not going to make the same amount of revenue as this one, but it just depends on what type of model do you want to have. If you're willing to buy these blanks and print them yourself or make them yourself, or if you just want to do print on demand, that's okay. You might just make less money, but obviously this is working with this collegiate text font with this type of, these different types of flower designs in the actual lettering. And the next one is in the home space. And the one that I wanted to look at is this one at just shy of $1 million. This is actually something that you could do in print on demand. This is just a print. So people are basically getting a personalized print of their house as a housewarming gift. This is also evergreen. People are buying homes all year round. And as you can see, they're basically just submitting a picture of their image, and this is probably some AI tool that's just turning it into a watercolor print. You can even do this with ChatGPT. Extremely easy, not super difficult. Same thing with the wood frames available in Printify or Printful, or if you wanted to do this yourself, you could do this yourself. Now, framing is pretty expensive, so this makes a price justification, so you can go pretty high on this. So so just the 8x10 in a wood frame is already $80. So you could easily find wholesale frames, print this for probably all in with shipping around $20. That's a $60 profit margin if you did this properly. This is a huge win for this listing if they're making that much profit. So I really, really like this product opportunity. And finally, the last of the top niches on Etsy is obviously the jewelry niche. This listing is estimated over $2 million, so $1 million a year in just 2 years. That's actually insane. So when we come into this listing, right, it's just a 3D printed necklace. So I actually went to Axio, gave it this listing, and I said the following prompt. I said, what machine would make this personalized necklace? Who sells the machine? And I gave it the Etsy listing link, and it actually gave me back different options for machines that will engrave this exact type of necklace. So this is the machinery, right? You're looking at $2,500 up to $19,000, but this is actually making that necklace. But if this listing is making, $1 million a year, right, which let's just say after all costs and all that stuff, maybe it's doing in a couple $100,000 per year, that is a super profitable business. And because there's a higher barrier to entry to get into this, right, that makes your listing have such a heightened value proposition because the competition is going to be a lot lower. Now, there's a lot of jewelry categories that work really well. There's a lot of different jewelry pieces that are doing really well on Etsy, but if you look at the consistency of all of these necklaces, a lot of them have that engraving option in them. Overall, guys, I hope that this got the wheels turning in your mind of some product opportunities. If you're going to go through the headache of starting a business, it's in your best interest to look at data like this to really make your decisions on what is working. So many people just go into this industry blind, expecting $1 million results without doing $1 million habits or work ethic tips and tricks to actually make sure you know what to expect when you go to market. I'm going to be putting out more videos like this, just sharing more broad opportunities, especially for you newbies out there, so you can have the right insights to be able to make decisions on what niches to choose, what shops to go in. If you enjoy this video, make sure you comment down below and comment any of your questions.